Hello, everybody, and tonight we're at None of Your Business Cigar Lounge with Mr. Raymond Nicolini. Ray works for Remax. He's a realtor. He used to be known as Sonore.
Sonacor.
Used to have Sonacor, exactly. So we're going to have a great conversation this evening with Ray, another cigar connoisseur. So this evening, for our chat at None of Your Business Cigar Lounge, I'm smoking a CAO MX2. What's your go-to this evening?
Tonight, it's the Viva La Vida cigar. It's a Nicaraguan. It's my last one, actually.
How do you like it?
Actually, it was pretty good. Pretty good box of cigars. It was pretty good. It's a little full-bodied, but it's good.
So you're like Mario, our camera guy here, who likes a full-body peppery cigar.
Yes, I like something with a little more punch. Medium to full body. That's my type of cigar.
And we're drinking some Woodford Reserve this evening. Ray gave us a nice pairing. Great scotch. I like it. I find it very aromatic, very smooth.
Yeah.
Salud.
Cheers.
Salud, Mario.
Cheers.
So, I'm going to talk a little bit about Ray, entrepreneur. He's been in businesses, done well for yourself, God willing. God bless. What advice could you give some of these young entrepreneurs out there coming either into real estate or owning their own business?
It's okay. Everything's tough these days. Tough to get into any type of market, any type of field, any type of trade. Everything's tough these days. Very competitive. But I think if you apply yourself, work hard, give it all you got, you will be okay. You will do well. You just have to put all your heart and soul into it. Don't look back. Just keep looking forward and give it all you got. It's
mistakes. You made a lot of mistakes along the way, right?
Look, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of great times, a lot of everything, ups and downs. But it's rewarding in the end. You gotta be in it for the long haul. Simple.
Yeah, you said it best. You got to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
There's no quick fix.
No, it's a long haul.
So on that note, Ray, you've been to our past cigar event that we did for the Vaughan Food Bank. You know, we're advocates of the food bank giving back to the community. I know you do the same. I know you've helped feed the homeless. You've given back to the community in different ways. You want to share with us a little bit on what you've done in the past?
In the past, what really helped me realize that it's really worth giving back was a friend of mine took me out on Christmas Eve and brought me downtown to a Salvation Army. We randomly stopped side of a street in front of a Salvation Army. We had clothing, pop, pizza. We got pizza donated, and we just started handing out in front of the Salvation Army. And what I've seen there that really stuck to me was these are real people, unfortunate people, but very humble people. We had guys that they wouldn't take 5 slices of pizza. They wouldn't take 3 pairs of socks. They would take that one. They made sure the next person beside them that needed a jacket or a pair of gloves got their pair of gloves or
Make
jacket.
sure there was enough to go around for everybody.
They made sure they took
humbling.
care of their group that was there. Some people almost begging. I don't want to say begging, but really passionately asking, please, I need the pair of gloves. Please, I need a jacket. I need one for my brother or my friend. Or it really hits home because you see it on the TV. You know, it's easy to donate, off buying tickets and all that. But when you're down there, right on the streets, it really opens your eyes of how fortunate you are and how unfortunate some people are. So
that's great. So now you understand why we do what we do. So going back to your point, Ray, that's why we do what we do as well, and we're glad that you came on board. And I know you've got some stories, and they've hit home, and it can get emotional at times when you're talking about it. Until you're actually out there dealing with the people, you really don't understand. So what did it for me, Ray, is going to, when we started this, Mario and I, and going to the food bank and actually seeing those people in line every day. And then I started digging into this, and I realized there's 2 million Canadians on a monthly basis that are looking to get help from the food bank. So out of those 2 million people, they try and help as many as they can. But you have to register to go to the food bank, and you're only allowed one trip every 28 days. So whatever you're getting that day you're going in there has to last you 28 days. So when you look at the average Canadian household, today's economy, after you've paid your rent, car payment, and whatever else, there's not much money left. There's $6.52 the average Canadian has. With $6.52, well, how much groceries can you buy? Yeah. What extra can you give your kid? There's no curricular activities. There's no sports for that child. So we try and help and do as much as we can. So we've also learned with the food bank, it's not just food. We can also give them gently used clothing. Okay. They take that as well too. So I'm just trying to put that out there, guys. And by any means, you don't have to help the Vaughan Food Bank. Help any food bank in your area. They can use the help all year round. As Peter Wexon says from the Vaughan Food Bank, hunger takes no holiday. On that note, let's talk about something a little more uplifting. So we're doing our cigar event, charity cigar event, in lieu of helping the Vaughan Food Bank. Yeah. So you were at the last event, Ray. What did you think of that event?
I've been to quite a few cigar events. The last one, when you guys did, I found it was really, really, really well executed.
Thank you.
Really well organized, from food to drinks to raising money to getting people accommodated there, the room to smoke. It was a really, really well organized event. It really went really well. I was impressed.
Thank you for the compliment, leaders. So when I'm looking at humidors, I find that every humidor pretty much has Spanish cedar. Is there a specific reason for that? Are you aware of?
Cedar in general, but let's say the Spanish cedar in humidors is one for prevent tobacco termites. That's one. Two, it absorbs moisture, so it keeps retain the humidity inside the cigar for your cigars. Those are the two main things.
Those are the two main components.
The two main components. And it's cedar's decay resistant. It's out of all the types of wood, that's the wood to choose.
Yeah, it's really pricey. So you wouldn't build a sauna out of that type of cedar.
Well, even sauna, the type of cedar used for sauna is very expensive. That's Western red cedar. It's a different type of cedar, but cedar in general is expensive.
There you go. You heard it from the Sauna King himself.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I got
but
nothing
it's
left
a great
to say.
wood. It's a soft wood. It's really good.
Well, you would know, being in the industry, you would.
It's really good.
Just know what I like because I'm a connoisseur and I read up on some stuff, but I haven't really had hands-on like you've had hands-on. So you would. I figure if I pose the question to you, you can give us the proper answer.
Yeah. That's it.
You heard it from Ray.
You heard it from me. So let me ask you a question now.
Go ahead,
Why or how did it all come about for the Vaughan Food Bank?
Well, when we started this, we were looking at all types of charities. And the more I was looking into it, Mario and I had conversations, is only a percentage goes directly to them, and the rest, we really don't know where it goes. So with the Vaughan Food Bank, everything that we generate, all the donations that we get that come in, when we hand them over to Peter Wexon, we know that money is going to the Vaughan Food Bank and where it needs to go. It needs to go towards gas in those trucks. It needs to go helping him pay rent. It needs to help him. This year, we helped him feed over 1,000 families for Christmas, and they did turkey dinners. So if he didn't have enough turkeys, through everybody's generous donations, he was able to go out and buy more turkeys. Yeah. So that's why we help the Vaughan Food Bank, because everybody there is a volunteer. Nobody takes a salary. And Peter, I think the guy lives there. He just gives so much of his time there. And I think you might know Peter Wexon. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you went to school with his son.
I went to high school with, I think his son, I can't remember that far back, Mike Wexon.
Yeah, that's his son.
Mike Wexon.
So I'm sure you
I went to high school. It was actually my grade.
So you must know the family, you must know Peter, and you see what a selfless man the guy is. He's just very giving.
I think the whole thing with giving back, raising money, donating food, is it actually reaches a good part of it reaches the people that need it. It's easy, you know, how can I say, you walk into one of the grocery stores, do you want to donate, $10 sick kids? That's great. That really is. But the question is, how much actually makes it where it's supposed to be?
See, not only that, what we found out,
this actually gets to the mouths of the people that need it
most.
Bottom line.
But it's not just Vaughan. So, number one, another reason why we help the Vaughan Food Bank a lot is because nobody's ever really fundraised for them. So we've jumped in, and here we're taking that bull by the horns, and we're trying to help Peter, trying to help that whole community. But he doesn't just help Vaughan. So any excess food that he has, he goes as far out as the Kawarthas, Barrie. He's got a very long reach.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of places further north that you and I are both aware of. There's not much work because it's seasonal. So come wintertime, these poor guys are at home.
Yeah.
So I know Peter reaches out to the local fire departments there, and he makes sure that the families that need the food or the clothing get it. So this is another reason why. So it's not just Vaughan, it's Vaughan and surrounding. He goes pretty far out. A lot of times with clothing, correct me if I'm wrong, Mario, who's holding our camera, he third world countries he sends clothing to, or he helps get them pharmaceuticals, if I'm not mistaken, anything that they would need.
No, I'm taking that this day and age and the way the economy is, and I think the lineups at the food bank are much larger than what they normally are.
Yeah, don't kid yourself, Ray. Yeah, don't kid yourself. There's a lot of people like you and I that are hitting that food line on a monthly basis that are just too embarrassed to say it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. We all needed help at one point or a time.
The way I think it out sometimes is what it really takes for a person to line up, wait in line to get food for their plate, to feed their family. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot for somebody to line up, to have to provide for their family, and that's the only resort.
Their only means to make sure they're getting fed that day.
It's quite sad. It really is quite sad. This day and age in this country.
Well, you told me a story where you're waiting for your son one day with the guy in the parking lot. You saw him put sandwiches out to help people in the community.
So this summer, my son was taking a course, and we were by the hospital there on Highway 10 here, Ontario, and Dundas.
Oh, one of the Trillium centers.
Yeah, we were there, and saw a fold open table at the side of the road. Didn't think anything of it. Walked up to it, and I saw these papers stuck to it. Take one bottle, help yourself.
Take what you need or something.
Take what you need. But it was empty. After about an hour, I saw this car pull up, parked beside the road, and I was maybe 400 or 500 feet down the road, and I see this car trunk open. This older gentleman comes out. The back of the trunk's full of grocery bags, and he started putting cases of water, pasta, cans on this table. But there was nobody around. You figure homeless people. There was nobody homeless. Down there, you didn't see anybody on the streets or anything. So I walked over to him, and I asked him. I said, what's going on? And he said to me, I said to him, there's nobody around here. Like, you're putting all this food. And he said to me, it's not the homeless. It's the people in these buildings that their paychecks don't make it to the end of the week. They don't have enough money for food for the end of the week. He was there for about 2 hours. By 2 hours, the table was cleared. There was, I seen a lady with a stroller stop, grab a bag of whatever, some kind of food. I seen a couple guys walk by, knapsack, put a bottle of water. Within 2 hours, and he told me he had another 4 spots along Dundas heading into Toronto. And he was doing that out of his own pocket.
Well, that's a great guy, man. Whoever that guy is out there, if you're watching, God
He
bless
was
you
doing
and
it out of
thank
his
you.
own pocket, and I videotaped a little. I didn't want to make it look like I was sort of prying on the whole thing, but I
We need more people like that in the community.
it's crazy.
He started his own little food bank, if
Yeah,
you will.
he was giving back by himself, doing it directly his own way, and that's it. And he was telling me once a week or twice a week, he goes to the 4 spots and he puts food on the table.
Wow.
So it's crazy, but